Good morning, students. Now we are going to discuss about the Indian rivers, fifth lesson in our 10th class. So without rivers, our life is not exist on the earth's surface. The drainage system of India has evolved and adjusted itself with the evaluation of three physiographic units, that are the Himalayas, the Peninsular Plateau, and Indo-Gangetic Plain. On the basis of drainage system, India can be broadly divided into two parts or two categories. First one, Himalayan rivers, and second one, Peninsular rivers. Let's see what are Himalayan rivers and what are Peninsular rivers. So observe each and every map here. So these are the Himalayan rivers. Himalayan rivers belongs to the three principal system, the Indus, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra. First one, the Ganga. Observe here, the Ganga has two sources. The main one of is Gangotri glacier. So it origin from the glacier Gangotri. Ganga origin from the glacier Gangotri. It is the biggest river in India. The length of the Ganga river 2704 kilometers. So let's see the birthplace of Ganga river. So anyway, how many Himalayan river system? Three Himalayan river system. First one, Ganga system. Second one, the Indus river system. Third one, the Brahmaputra river system. So okay, let's see here. So this is the glaciers. So this is the Ganga river system. So the length of Ganga river 2704 kilometers. The Ganga has two sources. The main is, observe here. So starting is glacier. Observe the blue color. So starting point indicates the Gangotri glacier, and the Gangotri glacier where it is called Bhagirathi. So the other second one is Satpant glacier, northwest of Badrinath, where it is called Alaknanda. So Bhagirathi and Alaknanda both are joined in Devaprayaga. So observe here Devaprayaga. So this Devaprayaga is the combination of Badrinath and also Alaknanda rivers that emerges from the hills of Haridwar. Then it joins with the large tributaries. So Ganga river origin from the glacier Gangotri. So these two has two branches like Bhagirathi and also Alaknanda. Both are joining in one place, Devaprayaga. Then it flows into Haridwar. After that it joining into main tributaries. So I'll explain afterwards about the tributaries of Ganga river. So this is the Gangotri glacier. So this picture or these slides indicates the Gangotri glacier. So next one, Brahmaputra River. So observe here. So the Brahmaputra River rises from the south of the Chamyangdung glacier. So Brahmaputra River origin from the glacier Chamyangdung. The length of Brahmaputra River 2900 kilometers. It rises near Kailasa range near Manasa Sarovar. It flows eastwards through the southern Tibet and near Lhotse Jeong, and it opens the wide navigable channel for 640 kilometers. So observe here. So this is the Brahmaputra river, and observe especially in the Bangladesh. So east side Brahmaputra river and west side Ganga river. Both are flowing towards the Bangladesh. So the branch which is flowing from the east to Bangladesh, the Brahmaputra river is called Jamuna. And observe here, Ganga river flows from west to Bangladesh. It is called Padma. So Jamuna and Padma both joined in Bangladesh, and it was popularly known as with the name of Meghana. So understood? So next one. So this is the Chamyangdung glacier, the birthplace origin of Brahmaputra River. Next one, Indus system. So the east part of India mostly covered with the Indus and its tributaries. The length of Indus River 3180 kilometers. The Indus origin in the north slopes of the Kailasa range in Tibet near Lake Manasa Sarovar. It follows northwesterly course through the Tibet. It enters in Jammu and Kashmir and maintains the tributaries of Indus in India. Observe here Indus tributaries Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas and Sutlej. So these are the tributaries of Indus River flowing from flowing from east to west, and mostly it flows in the Pakistan. So this is the birthplace of Indus River. So what is the birthplace of Indus River? Indus origin in the northern slopes of Kailasa range in Tibet near Lake Manasa Sarovar. So this is the Manasa Sarovar. This is the place of Indus River. So observe here. So this is the table explains about the Indus River's tributaries and where it flows and which state it flows. First one, Indus. Indus tributaries Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas and Sutlej. It flows through the Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh and Punjab. Next, Ganga. Ganga's tributaries Yamuna, Son, Kosi, Gagra, Gagar and Gandak. It flows through the states of Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal. Next, Brahmaputra. Tributaries Teesta, Manas, Lohit, Subansiri. Teesta, Manas, Lohit and Subansiri. It flows through the Arunachal Pradesh, Assam and Sikkim. So once again, Indus and its tributaries Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas and Sutlej. Ganga tributaries Yamuna, Son, Kosi, Gagra and Gandak. Brahmaputra Teesta, Manas, Lohit and Subansiri. So next one, Peninsula River system. So previous explained about the Ganga system, Indus system, Brahmaputra River system. These three comes under Himalayan River system. Next one, the Peninsula River system. Mostly South India contains Peninsula River system because South India covered with Deccan Plateau. The rivers which are flowing through the Deccan Plateau we call the Peninsula River system. Let's see what are the Peninsula River system. Most of the Peninsula rivers origin from the Ghats. Himalayan rivers mostly origin from the glacier, but Peninsula rivers origin from the Ghats. Example, Godavari, the Krishna, the Kaveri, the Narmada, the Tapati and also Mahanadi. Especially mostly 90% rivers in South India are the Peninsula rivers flows to east direction, then it mixing into Bay of Bengal, but except Narmada and Tapati. These two rivers are flowing towards west direction and it is mixing into Arabian Sea. So let's see one by one. So first one, the biggest river in South India, or it is also called South Ganga. So we called it Godavari. So which is the biggest river in South India? Godavari. Which is the biggest river in India? Ganga. So let's see the Godavari. So Godavari also called the largest river in South India. It origin from the Ghats, western Ghats, especially in Maharashtra, Nasika, Trayambak. Next important, Krishna River. It origin from the Mahabaleshwar. It also rises in the western Ghats, Maharashtra. Let's see one by one. So this is the Nasika Trayambak, the birthplace of Godavari. So Godavari river system, this is the map indicates about the Godavari river system. So Godavari origin in the place of Nasika, Trayambak, Western Ghats, Maharashtra. The length of Godavari river 1465 kilometers. The length of Godavari river 1465 kilometers. Next, the Krishna River. So tributaries afterwards I'll explain you. So this is Krishna River. So it origin from Mahabaleshwar. This map indicates about the Krishna River. So the Krishna River origin from the Mahabaleshwar, Western Ghats in Maharashtra. The length of Krishna River 1400 kilometers. Length of Godavari River 1465 kilometers. The length of Krishna River 1400 kilometers. So it is also rises in Western Ghats, Maharashtra. Godavari also rises in Western Ghats in Maharashtra. So let's see here. So Krishna River also flowing through the Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and some of the part of Karnataka, then it mixing into Bay of Bengal near Hamsala Devi. So next one, Tungabhadra River. So it is the tributary of Krishna River. Tungabhadra River origin at Western Ghats on the hills known as Varaha Hills. So the birthplace of Tungabhadra River, Varaha Hills. Observe here a mark, square shape here. So this is the square shape indicates about the Tungabhadra River. So Tungabhadra River origin in Varaha Hills in Karnataka, especially in the Western Ghats. Next one. So this is the Tungabhadra River Dam. So note down each and every point here, the tributaries, origin, place and also remarks. So Godavari. So it origin in the Nasik district in Maharashtra, drains into Bay of Bengal. Tributaries Penganga, Vainganga and Indravati. Remark. Longest river of peninsular India, Godavari, also called Dakshina Ganga. So which is called Dakshina Ganga? Godavari. Which is the longest river in peninsular India? Godavari. And it forms a dendritic pattern. Krishna rises from the Western Ghats near Mahabaleshwar, drains into Bay of Bengal. Tributaries Koyana, Bhima, Ghataprabha, Tungabhadra and Musi. Tributaries of Krishna Koyana, Bhima, Ghataprabha, Tungabhadra and Musi. So this is the second largest river of Peninsula. A famous city of Hyderabad is also located on the bank of the river Musi. Musi also one of the tributary of Krishna River. Next, Kaveri River. It rises in Brahmagiri ranges of Western Ghats and it also drains into Bay of Bengal. Next, tributaries of Kaveri, Amaravati and Shiva. So the main rivers for southernmost India. So which is the main river in South India? Kaveri, and it forms like a delta. So observe here the difference between the Himalayan rivers and also peninsular rivers. Himalayan rivers always contains the water because most of the Himalayan rivers are perennial rivers and peninsular rivers non-perennial rivers. So what is called perennial and what is called non-perennial? Perennial rivers. The rivers which always contains the water throughout the year, we called it perennial rivers. It never depends upon the rain. It always contains the water. If you observe in the summer season also, it's never dry up because it always contains the water. So these rivers are origin from the glacier. Non-perennial river, it always depending upon the rain. If it is summer season, the rivers are totally dry up. So example, Godavari and Krishna. So peninsular rivers also called non-perennial rivers. Himalayan rivers also called perennial rivers. The sources of origin, glacier. So Himalayan river origin from the glacier, but peninsular rivers mostly origin from the lakes and also ghats. Next, have long courses and perform the intense erosion. Have shallower and shorter courses, mainly of dendritic pattern and also forms well developed deltas. So, but peninsular rivers combination of dendritic treadles and also rectangular pattern. Next, comparatively younger in origin, Himalayan rivers. Next, peninsular rivers show graded profile. Anyway, Himalayan rivers are perennial rivers. Peninsular rivers are non-perennial rivers. One more slide for you. Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers, the difference between the Himalayan rivers and also peninsular river. So let's hear first point. These rivers origin from the glacier, these river origin from the plateaus. Next, catchment areas is very large. The places which are near the rivers, so the areas are very large, catchment areas are very small. Engaged in the high erosion activity, engaged in the low erosion activity. Useful in irrigation, perennial, not very useful in irrigation. So next, these are perennial rivers and these are non-perennial rivers. Example for Himalayan rivers: Indus River, Ganga River and Brahmaputra River. Peninsular rivers example: Narmada, Godavari, Krishna, Mahanadi and also Kaveri. So these are the differences between the Himalayan rivers and also peninsular rivers. Okay, thank you students.